Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. It's time for another 2017 NFL Draft Scouting Report. We are getting into the running backs, and today we are talking about Leonard Fournette, the running back out of LSU that everyone has heard about for years now, and deservedly so. Man, we have an interesting player on our hands. Let's start with his size, 6'1", 235 pounds. Wow. And as someone that's actually 6'1", I only weigh 190 pounds, so this guy has 45 pounds on me, probably a lower body fat percentage, and still like 45 pounds on me. Incredible size there, to say the least, for a running back. And I mean, really elite size and rare size there as well. We look at his 2016 stats, not impressive. Why? Because he missed games. Only 843 rushing yards, 6.5 yards per carry, and 8 rushing touchdowns for Leonard Fournette. But his 2015 stats were much more impressive. I don't have them in front of me, but I believe it was over 2,000 rushing yards, and I want to say over at least 15 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns for Leonard Fournette. He was incredible in 2015. His projected 40 time. Now, I struggled with this because, okay, in 2015, Leonard Fournette was definitively faster than he was in 2016. I mean, it was actually quite shocking because I started watching Fournette with the 2016 film, and I was saying, man, he's not very fast at all. I was thinking 4.5. And then I turned on the 2015 tape and I say, okay, this guy's pretty freaking fast. So if he's completely recovered from his ankle injury, I project him at a 4.43, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But I say again, for his crazy size, it could be a little higher. It could be like 4.47 max. But it could be a little lower. I'd put the lower bound at, let's say, 4.4. I mean, I don't think it's going to be 4.3 at all. If he is, though, then my God, he might be number one on my damn big board. We look at his strengths. Strength, number one, is his size and speed combination. It's rare. I mean, it's so rare. In fact, you could say it comes every 10 years. I mean, to have this type of size, 6'1", 235, and to run potentially a 4.40, I mean, probably, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, it's absolutely sensational. To have that type of size and speed combination is sensational. And then you look at his physicality, excuse the typo there. He is extremely physical as a running back. My goodness. He takes the fight to the defense. If you are a safety or a linebacker, or even at times a defensive end going up against Leonard Fournette, trying to tackle Leonard Fournette, my friend, you're going to have some problems today. He takes it to the defense, stiff arms, a bunch of lowering the shoulder into his defenders, running people over. He is physical, to say the least, as a running back. And my last strength, and this is a very important strength to me, ball security. Only 4 fumbles during his collegiate career, only 1 fumble in 2015 where he ran for over 2,000 yards. That is incredible. He holds on to the football, holds on to it well and strongly. I love that, and that to me is one of the things that one of the key things that distinguishes him from Dalvin Cook. We look at his weaknesses. Patience. He's not very patient. And, you know, one of the things I was looking at when I was comparing him and Dalvin Cook, and really we're going to be comparing these two for months to come now, he is much less patient than Dalvin Cook. In fact, I'll just go ahead and say Dalvin Cook, to me, is more patient, has better vision. But with that said, Fournette isn't bad, okay? He's not just going to always run straight into a hole, but he does it a lot, right? And I think he could really benefit from calming down a little bit, not being completely like a Le'Veon Bell or something like that, just stopping and waiting for things to show up, but just, you know, being a little more patient before looking for a hole and trying to slide in, trying to fit into a hole that he does very often, trying to slide in. Just be a little more patient, let the blocks develop, and then go downfield for Fournette. I think that could really improve more long runs from him. You'll see more of those happening because sometimes I think he only gets, like, let's say 3 yards. But if he would have waited another, let's say, half second, there could have been a 10, 20, 30-yard gain there. So more patience needed from Leonard Fournette to me, and that ties into his vision. We look at his pass protection. I don't think it's very good at all as a pass protector, and it's really shocking for his size. Again, 6'1", 235. he sometimes ends up on the ground, which is very odd. And his technique is pretty poor. I think I'm not sure whoever drafts him, let's say the Jaguars, because I think that's what everyone has right now, they're going to have to teach him how to pass protect, because right now I think he really doesn't know how. I think he's very raw in pass protection. He should be able to be good at it, okay? There are defensive ends in the NFL that don't weigh 235 pounds. Not many, okay? But there are some outside linebackers, at least, I should say. So this shouldn't be a big problem, but we'll look out for it. And then this nagging ankle injury. And I hate referencing injuries because usually they don't really matter at all. But this one deserves some talk about, some discussion, because it was such an issue for him this season, missing plenty of games. And again, it slowed him down, man. It slowed him down. His 2015 speed compared to his 2016 speed was just incredible. The difference there, it was just, I couldn't believe it. So when we look at pro comparisons, for once, I'm going to go back. I'm throwing these comparisons back because I just could not find a modern running back that resembled Fournette at all outside of Marshawn Lynch and then a little Adrian Peterson. But those two weren't strong enough to me. So how about these two athletic freaks in Bo Jackson and Earl Campbell? Okay, Bo Jackson, we get that one, but Earl Campbell, how about that? Now, if you remember Earl Campbell, not many people do, he was a guy that had these huge legs, and he was just such a strong runner, but really a straight line runner, and a guy that had some nice speed to him as well. I really like the Earl Campbell comparison and Bo Jackson comparison combined. I think that's what he's going to translate to in the NFL. And both these guys, remember, these are two guys that were just rare athletes, right? These rare size speed combination guys, and that's what we have here in Leonard Fournette. We look at his best fits. Jacksonville Jaguars, they need a running back. They have Blake Bortles there throwing interceptions whenever the hell he feels like it. Let's alleviate the pressure off of him by drafting Leonard Fournette. Now, they'll have to change their running schemes a little bit, want a little more power, but obviously that's something that you're going to do if you draft him, so let's just include them. The Carolina Panthers with Cam Newton. Again, I would like to see them run some more power plays. They do have Mike Tolbert, though, there in Carolina, and they do run a good amount. But some more of those and a little less shotgun runs. But if they do, he's going to find success there, definitely to me. And then how about this? The Tennessee Titans. Now, they're not going to take him probably, but this is actually a great fit. The Tennessee Titans run exactly the type of offense Fournette would be very successful in. Almost to the T. He'd be fantastic in their offense. Again, probably won't happen, but it was such a good fit. I had to throw it up there. And perhaps if the Titans general manager, John Robinson, sees what I see, maybe he does say, I got to take this guy because he's going to be so successful in our offense. New York Jets. Again, no one knows what the Jets are running offensively. I said that every single video, but it's true. No one knows. Still, I guess you could say that'd be a nice fit. And then the Cincinnati Bengals. Currently they have Jeremy Hill, who has not been great lately. Like every other year, he struggles. Let's get some consistency there for Andy Dalton and take Leonard Fournette. Prospect grade. So I gave him a 93, which translates to a great prospect, could develop into a consistent Pro Bowler, really should develop, and then possibly All-Pro, top 5 at his position. Now, he could definitely go a little higher than this as the process continues. First of all, this is a great grade. I'm saying we have a top 5 running back here in Leonard Fournette. Some people will say, how is he top 5? He's going to be the best in the league. You're probably right. You could be right. Maybe not probably, but you could be right. I want to see a little more, and again, his patience isn't great. And what I think could happen is if he goes to a team that, first of all, their offensive line stinks, okay, and their team overall stinks, he could struggle a little bit. He won't be a guy that, to me, with a bad offensive line, could still run for 1,500 yards. With a bad offensive line, he is in trouble because he doesn't have too much elusiveness when it comes to defenders approaching him in the backfield. So that's why I couldn't definitively put him in the top 3 or to say he's going to be the best running back of all time, Hall of Fame, whatever. But man, if you just get the right quarterback around him, not a great quarterback, just a decent one, a good offensive line, you're good to go. He's good to go. He's going to find success. He's going to be great. So to conclude, with a rare size speed combination, Leonard Fournette has the potential to be the best running back in the NFL, but he must improve his patience and stay healthy. Again, to me, his biggest problem is his patience. Dalvin Cook has better patience. Dalvin Cook has better vision, more creative vision. Who do I prefer? This Dalvin Cook scouting report, by the way, should be up right after this one, so you can watch that one. But what you're going to know is I have them both at the same grade. I think there will be plenty of years where Dalvin Cook has more yards, has more touchdowns, and overall more production than Leonard Fournette. But I think Leonard Fournette is a running back who is more likely to win you a Super Bowl, to be a running back on a Super Bowl winning team. Being a guy to where when you have the lead, you can't stop this guy, and you're going to win a lot of games. I mean, with Leonard Fournette, he's kind of like what Ezekiel Elliott did this year in terms of, you know, if you can put him on a winning team, he's going to run for a bunch of yards. You won't be able to stop him, and your team's going to be super successful. Dalvin Cook, to me, is more of a, let's say, Chris Johnson, not in terms of playing style, but what could happen with him is he's on a bad team, but he just gets more yards, right? So he gets more yards, more production, and then it depends to you which you prefer. I prefer Leonard Fournette, who to me is more valuable as it pertains to wins. And that's very hard to quantify when we're talking about running backs, but I believe that to be true when it comes to Leonard Fournette. I think he is a running back that is more likely to win games. Dalvin Cook will definitely win games, but I like Leonard Fournette a little more in that aspect. So to me, he is the number one running back in this 2017 NFL draft, and I think he will probably prove to be a top 5 prospect on my big board. Right now, he's number 1, but I haven't even reviewed a defensive player yet. So we'll see if that continues to prove to be true. But for right now, I like Mr. Leonard Fournette. And you better say Mr. because this guy is a man. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on Leonard Fournette, the running back out of LSU. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. Peace.